Hello mọi người, chào mừng mọi người đã quay trở lại với channel của mình. Thì sau một tháng lặng thì mình đã quay trở lại. Ok, rồi sẽ bắt đầu.
I see. Thank you so much. The Adventurers Guild has been overwhelmed these days.
No worries at all. We've always valued the strength of adventurers. Given the current situation, it's vital that we all work together. Since we're facing the same enemies, I'll send you the intel we've collected on the Abyss so far. Then we can take a look at how to coordinate our efforts.
All right. Thank you so much.
Hi, Catherine. It's us. Got any new commissions?
You two have come just in time. I've got some good news. The Pyro Archon has finished assembling her forces and stationed them all across Natlan. Given how the Abyss has ramped up its activities lately, we can no longer afford to act only after receiving news of an invasion. So the Pyro Archon suggested that the Scions of the Canopy and the Adventurers Guild focus on collecting and disseminating intel. That way, we can stay informed of everything that's happening across the land. Once we receive word of enemy activity, we can notify the nearest camp and the stationed forces can take immediate action. Yes, precisely. This should also allow us to focus on gathering information rather than running around and trying to tackle everything at once. So please also take a chance to relax, you two. You've been working hard these days, and this will be a good opportunity for some well-deserved rest.
So that's the plan. Whew, we can finally stop and take a break. Paimon knows that. It's not like Paimon just wanted to lay here and do nothing.
The movements of the Abyss are always unpredictable. There have also been times when it suddenly became more active in the past. The people here generally see it as something like an acute natural disaster. Once the disaster is over, everyone will return to their normal lives. We just all hope that day will be sooner rather than later.
Oh, right. Most people have no idea just how bad the situation has gotten in the Night Kingdom. Oh, hey, Kachina! Are you feeling better now?
Nổi tiếng.
Wow! So we'll finally get to meet Shilonen, the legendary forger of ancient names! Paimon still can't believe anyone could forge those things. Hey, have some confidence in yourself, Kachina. After all, you're already a victor of the Night Warden Wars.
Rồi nổi tiếng. Nổi tiếng.
Need a surfboard? Need a surfboard?
Ah, yes, so I've heard. So young, and yet you've already got quite the reputation. Wait, are you Outlanders?
Yep, we're travelers who just arrived in Natland not too long ago.
No, I mean, I was aware that you're travelers. It's just no one told me that you're Outlanders. No, the only thing she said is that a new hero had pledged himself to the plan. But we'd need to forge an ancient name to ensure he'd be able to return safe and sound. And she did mention that it would be quite difficult to forge an ancient name for them, but at the time, I thought she was just commenting on my skills. But I seem to understand where the true difficulty lies now. No, I wouldn't go that far. I'm used to it, really. I just need a moment to process things. The Pyro Archon's requests are always difficult to fulfill, and we used to argue a lot. Anyway, I can't argue with her if she isn't here, and it'd be pointless to take my anger out on someone else. But, just because I understand her rationale doesn't make me any less upset.
It's impossible?
As you probably know, an ancient name is a symbol of a hero's spirit and glory, which grows even richer and heavier as generations. We forge ancient names by engraving the heroic deeds of an individual who will become the first hero of that particular name. But they were all performed outside of
Yeah, that's right.
Then those deeds haven't been recorded by the Night Kingdom. To take it one step further, even if you had performed heroic deeds in Natlan, only memories and experiences that have been acknowledged by the Wyab can be used. Even the greatest of craftsmen cannot.
Seems the Wyab don't want just anyone to get a name, huh?
Mawika, of all people, should know better than anyone, yet she's still entrusted the task of
Oh, Paimon gets it. Nobody's happy being asked to do the impossible.
Ugh, don't remind me. Let's just focus on how we can pull this off.
You mean you're...
Well, what else can I do? It is already done, and it's not like I can outright defy the order of my Archon. If she gave me this order, then she believes the ancient name is an indispensable part of her plan, and that I'll be able to find a way to make it happen. In other words, the order is an affirmation of my abilities.
Whoa, not only has she accepted the task, but now she's looking for silver linings?
The key is getting the Wyab to somehow acknowledge the traveler's existence and record his heroic deeds.
We heard the voice of a Wyab when we were in the Night Kingdom before. If we can talk to her again, maybe we can figure something out together.
Well, every tribe has their own Wyab. How do we know if the one you... Plus, considering the unprecedented nature of this situation, I have a feeling that the acknowledgement of one Wyab alone... I don't know. That requires a level of knowledge that I do not possess. We need to find a consultant who's an expert on all things Night Kingdom and Wyab. The first person who comes to mind is Seatlali at the Masters of the Nightwind. The one we call Granny Eatstali.
Oh, we've heard that name before. We used her spirit speaker stone to find Kachina's ancient name. A person who can make something like that must be pretty
Still, she's older now and quite eccentric. It's hard to even book a meeting with her, given that she's constantly holed up in her room, and I've heard that to get her help, you have to be extremely patient with her, and...
I hate to break it to you, but...
Huh. Why is that? I mean, didn't she already help you before? And you even managed to save Kachina.
Yeah, at the cost of her spirit speaker stone being split in.
Great going, Moeka. We're already off to a rocky start here. In that case, I guess your only option is to try to emphasize that this is an important order from the Pyro Archon. Hopefully, I'll also write you a letter on your behalf. If you can find someone to deliver it and mention...
Paimon sure hopes a Hal won't interrupt when he's talking, though.
All right, Kanich is a seasoned negotiator. I trust that he'll know the best things to say. Please just give me a moment to write the letter, and we can meet up near the Statue of the Seven later.
Sounds good. We'll take a stroll in the meantime.
I'm sorry to put this on you, Kanich. It's just that you're probably the only person who knows how to deal with her. Oh, wait, so Kachina and the Traveler also know about the plan?
Right. She mentioned there are 6 heroes and that Shilonen is one of 4 that have already been acknowledged.
Oh, well, then I suppose there's no need to keep any secrets between us. Having companions walk by your side is perhaps the best solace when...
Seat Lolly knows him too?
Given how the Masters of the Nightwind love to babble about dreams and revelations, they're already a pretty strange bunch to most. I've never met Ororon, but if they consider him the odd one...
Huh. Makes sense. But Paimon wonders how Seat Lolly could be the first one.
Huh, so if I'm following, you mean we'll help...
Yeah! Plus, we kinda owe her one anyway to make up for breaking the spirit speakers down.
Ah, this is a pretty well thought out plan. As expected of Molly Poke Kanich. Then, yeah, I'll leave my letter to you. Let's hope Seat Lolly can meet at the stadium in 2 days. Okay, then let's part ways for now. I'll see you in a couple of days.
Oh, it's time to meet up with Shilonen. Let's ask her how things have been going. Hey, Shilonen, how's everything going?
Traveler and Paimon. I have bad news. Seat Lolly did not reply to our request.
Huh? You mean she didn't even bother to give Kenichi a response?
Yeah, well, she can be also quite eccentric, though she's one of the most gifted people around. But let's go to the stadium and see if we can meet her there. If we do get a chance to talk to her in person...
That's true. Let's go! Paimon doesn't see anybody.
Well, we tried to be as considerate as we could, but she's under no obligation to help.
That might be true, but this is still a request from the Pyro...
A subject? Well, if you ask me, yes, Mawika is our leader, but that doesn't mean there's any kind... The only thing is that she often has very high expectations of us.
Huh. So even though she's super powerful, it sounds like she's actually pretty down-to-earth and easy to get along with. Unlike that old hag Granny Eatstily, right? Does she think she can ignore us just because she's famous? You all talk about her like she's some kind of huge deal, but she didn't even bother to... If that's what aging does to you, Paimon never wants to get old.
Oh, really? So, that's how you see me?
Huh? Who's there? Who's talking next to Paimon?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a disgruntled old hag, right?
Huh? See, Lolly.
Wait, you're Seat Lolly?
Yes, Granny Eatsley. But emphasis on Eatsley, not Granny. Ah, you must know this trope from light novels, surely. They use it all the time. The young man who's actually the oldest person in the room. Oh, wipe that look off your face! You've seriously never seen an older lady that doesn't look her age? Okay, well, don't go thinking it's a trick.
Did I forget to mention, she's called Granny, but she's actually pretty young. It was an honest mistake. I guess we've just gotten used to it.
Paimon, sorry.
What? How dare you? Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady her age?
Paimon really didn't mean to offend you, it's just that... Oh, Paimon just wanted to apologize, but now she's putting more and more of her foot in her mouth. Really, Paimon just got a little mad since we thought, well...
It was my idea to invite you here, Seat Lolly. So if you're upset, you can just take it out.
All right. I was only joking. I didn't mean to chastise anyone. There's really no need to take all this so seriously. If anything, I'm gonna feel awkward if we keep this going. I received Kenichi's letter and was planning to attend this meeting. Since I had already decided to come, I figured there was no need to draft a reply that simply said, but of course. It's also natural for people to get held up by one thing or another as they're trying to leave the house. It certainly was. At first, I was thinking of quietly sneaking over, but since you were already here waiting for me, I started to think about how I should phrase my apology. Anyway, that's the whole story. Honestly, it's not like I owed you an explanation anyway.
What's with that expression? Was she feeling embarrassed just now?
When the Masters of the Night Wind say they struggle dealing with her, I wonder if the feeling is mute.
And
correct. The situation isn't like any...
I see. So Mawika has asked you to forge an ancient name for... And you've also heard all about Ororon. I must say, he's always been a good kid. I can't see him joining the Fatui of his own volition.
Yeah, that's what we came here to ask you. We'll help bring Ororon back.
I suppose I'll just call you Traveler for now. Traveler, come here. Let me... Wealth leads to unending conflicts between people. Yet you alone transcend the value of gold. Baleful thunder and wrathful waves bring terror to mortal hearts. Yet, a weary yet free soul, even the most verdant leaf in the forest, will pray for your happiness and safe passage. Those are all the things that I could see in you. You've experienced far more than even most mortals could dream of. You possess the heart of a sincere hero, along with the conviction to lift a torch above your head and walk headlong into the night. Huh? Don't move. There's something here.
Huh? What thing? Don't scare Paimon. Is the traveler gonna be okay?
Shoo! That should do it. You've just returned from the Night Kingdom, so some
Isn't that kinda like having part of a ghost come back with you?
It's nothing as serious as that. If left unattended, the most it could do is stir up some chaos.
Well, in that case, better to get rid of them.
It was nothing. Shilonen, let's follow your proposal. Once you've brought Ororon back, I'll take you to see the Lord of the Night.
The Lord of the Night? But don't we need to talk to the Wyab of the tribes?
Something this important is beyond their jurisdiction. Only the Lord of the Night is an ancient entity that rules over the entire Night Kingdom, constantly borrowing the power of the sacred flame to combat corrosion from the abyss.
Oh, so you're basically saying it's even more powerful than the Wyab of the tribes. Well, that sort of makes sense, being the lord of the entire Night Kingdom and all.
Not exactly. It's not so much that one's more powerful than the other. Just listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. The Lord of the Night is currently in a deep slumber, but I will need to prepare a few more things if we are to hold a ceremony.
I can go. It'll probably be a long list, so better leave it to someone who knows all the local.
Sounds good. Then we'll go with St. Lolly to track down Ororon.
Phew, the Fatui are nothing to scoff at, so please, be careful during your investigation.
Yep, we'll be sure to play it safe.
All right, now it's time for us to catch that. Oh, I'm sorry I made you wait earlier. It was actually because I decided to swing by Ororon's place. He has always lived alone, and I found a broken jar in his house. There was also something off about his float, and interestingly enough, I saw some slash marks in the house.
Oh, sounds like the Fatui broke into his...
But why would they kidnap a kid who just spends his days living in the country and raising aphids? He's only in his 20s. That's not to say that I believe he's totally innocent, of course. In any case, we'll get to the bottom of this once we manage to get him back here. I'm truly sorry to put you two through all this trouble with me.
You can count on us!
All right, then let's start by heading to where Ororon was... This is the spot. An eyewitness claimed to have seen Ororon speaking to some Fatui soldiers here. I don't know how much you're willing to believe me, but Ororon really is a good kid. I see no reason why he'd suddenly get involved. I'm convinced that what the witnesses saw was actually... however, I doubt anyone would believe me.
Didn't Kanich say that she's a big name in that land? Feels kinda weird to see her so...
Ororon? Well, he was left at the side of the road as an infant. And the people of... He learned a lot from us. And once he reached adulthood, he built himself a house out in the country. He's always been such a good kid. He would even get his friends to... Oh well, let's keep looking. He's been raising phlogiston aphids for a long time, and since they were disturbed, let's follow the phlogiston trail.
Huh? What trail? Paimon doesn't see anything.
Oh, right. I forgot your eyes don't here, give me your... Huh? How about now?
What do you see? Whoa, Paimon can see it now too!
That's right. I used a spell to temporarily transfer a portion of my senses to you. For a short while, you'll be...
Wow, you can even share your
It requires a very rare spell that most people aren't adept at. But don't worry, it's a cinch for me. But when I held your hand just now, I could sense that you've got a great affinity for phlogiston. Anyway, we'll need to use our vision now to track down Ororon.
Over here, this way! Sweet Lolly might say a lot of deep and confusing stuff, but this spell of hers is really something.
What does she mean by deep and confusing? As far as elderly shamans go, I'd say that I'm already pretty easy to talk to. Is there any... but is my way of speaking still not trendy enough? I've already tried my best to match their speech patterns. Or perhaps I'm still not fashionable enough? But that can't be, right?
Huh? Was that Sweet Lolly's voice?
Now that I think about it, it's a good thing I found some helpers this time. Some things are best done with... Oh? They appear to be feeling quite confident.
Hey, looks like there's a new camp over there. Yep, judging by Paimon's experience as a guide,
Wait. The phlogiston here is a bit odd. Let me see.
Paimon sees a small shape here.
This is a distress signal for the Masters of the Night Wind. Only some... We've got to find him. Leaving such a subtle mark implies that he was trying to be discreet. If they notice us, we can just charge in and fight them to the death. But what if my darling grandson is also there? I can't have him caught in... no, I've got to be careful. Otherwise he'd get hit as well. How annoying.
There are traces of people staying here too.
Wait a second. The phlogiston around here is jumbled up. I can also smell a mix of elements in the air.
Kanich told us that you were super amazing. No wonder you...
It's about time that little brat said something nice about... There are signs of a struggle here. Judging from what's left on the scene, there must have been a fight. But...
Do you still remember the little mark we found before? Paimon's thinking...
Given there are 2 signals leading from here, I'll take this direction. Ororon, what the heck were you doing? It's one thing to trouble me, but now I had to bring other people into this as well.
And off she goes. Traveler, did you hear all of that as well? Once Seatlolly left, that voice went away as well. Paimon even tried calling her name inside Paimon's head, but there was no response. So you were thinking the same thing. Paimon also thought that if we could hear what she was thinking, then she could probably also hear what we were thinking in our heads. She did say that she was quite adept at this spell, and it doesn't sound like she's had any trouble with it in the past. If you think about it, she's really got a lively inner world. Paimon sees some traces here. Let's follow them and see if we can find anything up ahead. Did you find something? Huh. So we can't tell where Ororon might have gone? That's weird. The phlogiston trail suddenly stops. But he can't have just evaporated into thin air, right? We know he wasn't a...
So, you can hear the sounds of the wind from beneath. I'm very sorry, but please do not move. I apologize that our first meeting has to take place like this. It's just that you're much, and given your combat proficiency, I would not have been able to gain an advantage over you if you were anywhere else in the world. However, hello, traveler. I'm Ororon. The Fatui's custody. I see. So even Granny has told you that I was coerced by the Fatui. My friend and I only left those traces to lure you here. Deceiving you was never our true intent, however. It was simply the fastest and most feasible way.
Greetings, traveler from afar.
Be careful with this traveler. His soul is temporarily restrained by us, and it appears to have become more fragile in the process. It's taking all my concentration to hold on to him.
It was I who tasked Ororon with leaving the traces to lead you here, and I who used the Master's ritual to bring your soul to the night. I've heard much about you from the past encounters you've had with my colleagues. Given the present situation in Natlab, I will use the opportunity to explain my goals and motivations to you, as well as why I mistrust Malwika, the Pyro. If you would like to hear our intel, then find us to the east of the stadium. But remember, not a word of this to anyone.
You will see me again once you return to reality. No matter what I say, please, help me keep this a secret. This is all to avoid dragging Granny into this conflict.
Hey, what happened just now? You suddenly collapsed and stopped responding.
Hey, Why are you sitting on the ground? Are you...
See, Lolly! He froze for a moment and then just collapsed to the ground!
Could it have been those leftover remnants from the Night Kingdom? Do you have any itches or pain anywhere? Don't worry. We can take a short break. Sorry, I know I asked for your help. But had I known you...
If you're feeling sick, you should just say so.
A seasoned traveler must know the importance of not pushing yourself beyond your limit. In any case, let's... Need to be more careful next...
Feeling better yet, Traveler?
All right, let's get ready. I followed my phlogiston trail earlier to a stronghold guarded by soldiers.
Oh, so it's close by. Then let's head over right away.
Well, I recruited you to be my helper, which means we're in this together. But if you want to make it up to me, look over there.
Huh? Paimon thinks she sees someone in the middle of...
That's Ororon.
All right, we'll take the lead.
Hey, quit daydreaming. Don't you have...
I cannot see the sun. Without the sun, I cannot see the truth. You are currently...
Huh?
Wow. I'm going to
See, Lolly's struggling to control her...
Are you ready? On my count. Still trying to resist? You've got no idea who you're up against.
Don't be scared. This dance is for you.
Terminate!
Ready, go!
Time to shine!
Yoo-hoo! Positions.
Can't run
Spring forth!
Let the world collide! All my strength. Dance with the waves.
Scatter!
Went too far.
Ororon!
Granny!
Paimon knows she's called Granny Eats to Lead, but it's still kind of weird hearing some...
And greetings to you too. Gramps?
What did you just call him?
Gramps? Is that not right? You're Granny's friend, are you not?
How many times have I told you? It doesn't work like that. There are a lot of people who look about the same age.
Oh, wait. He's not a child, is he? Don't tell Paimon he's one...
Oh, your words have pierced my heart like a thorn.
Why are you so upset? You can just say yes or no.
Of course I'm not a child. It's just Granny always taught me to show gratitude where it's due. Exactly.
But if you keep that up, then everyone's going to be your senior.
And do you think saying all of this is gonna save you? Haven't I told you 100 times?
Be wary of beasts prowling around, scammers looking for their...
Oh, so you do remember, and you just chose to ignore them. You won't always be able to rely on other people coming to your rescue, you know. You're just
I'm sorry, Granny. I'll be more careful next time.
Next time? Oh, good one. You think there'll be a next time after? They didn't hurt you.
No, they just asked me a lot of questions about Natlan's terrain and...
Okay. Now answer me honestly.
Yes.
So why did you...
Because they said they would need my help from there on out. They also said that if I refuse...
Hey! I'm no ordinary granny! Would they really dare to come after me? And you! Did the gods give you a brain? Thankfully, the Pyro Archon only asked that we find the mysterious individual from the Masters of the Night Wind, and didn't slap your name on a wanted. Even if the truth that you see will soon manifest into reality, there is...
I'm sorry.
Forget it. We can submit the details of this camp and the defeated Fatui as evidence of your innocence. Let's clean this place up and get back to the city. Ororon, you better remember this lesson well and seriously reflect on your actions.
Sounds good. Should I bring some of my...
Your vegetable?
Yes. I grow a lot of fresh produce in my garden. I hope the...
Now's not the time to be thinking about that.
Recite the 3 warnings.
Huh? No! You should emphasize that you were not in
How exactly did the Masters raise this guy?
Oh, right.
I see. So Ororon came...
That's right. I'm sorry.
Now that you know Ororon was only trying to protect another
We'll give her a full report. We'll let you know once she's reached a decision.
Will I need to stay?
Technically, yes. But if Miss Lolly is...
Sure. I'd be happy to do that.
Understood. Thank you very much.
I understand. Thank you. And thank you too, Granny.
Well, at least you won't need to hide your face anymore.
Traveler, Paimon, thank you very much. Once Ororon is settled, I'll go talk to Shilonen.
Oh, thank you!
You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Come with me, Ororon. We've got to find you a place.
Goodbye, Gramps.
We're finally done. Alright, it's time to find some grub. Huh? What? What? That captain? Sorry. Paimon just didn't see that coming. Oh, that Ororon, what is he up to? He sounded earnest enough just now. Paimon would have never guessed anything. All that stuff about protecting Seat Lolly and being forced to help the Fatui, when he's actually been a willing... Yeah, you're right. Still, Paimon appreciates you telling her about this. Paimon will support your choice no matter... We still have another whole day before the meeting, so we'll just meet... Weird. Paimon doesn't see anyone. What was that?
Good evening. Nice to see you again.
It's you. You shouldn't pop up from behind people like that. What are you, a ghost?
I'm terribly sorry. It's just a force of habit.
And what's with you apologizing all the time? You sound so polite and honest, but you're actually doing...
You're right. Granny tells me that too. Huh. Come to think of it, you remind me of her.
Oh, so you're gonna call Paimon Granny too now?
Well, I could. It's all clear. Over to you.
Excellent. The fact that you showed up proves that I was right about your character. Yet, there's been a lot of talk about you. Child told me that you're passionate about the unknown and willing to take risks. Rather than... If we allow the current state of things to continue, we will inevitably clash. And that's a scenario that I'd very much like to avoid. I've long heard of your exploits across the nations. Though you have crossed swords, and once you've learned the truth that the Pyro Archon Malwika would...
I assume you've already been informed of the Pyro Archon's plan. In order to defeat the Abyss and save Natlan, she's still...
Wait, how did you know that? Never mind. Guess that's not important now.
I've long kept a close eye on her plan. To be frank, it's an exceedingly risky plan. If any part of the plan goes awry, Now, you may have been led to believe that this is the only plan of...
An emergency plan?
Yes. A way to keep Natlan intact, even if her original plan fails. Whether this stems from hesitation, fear, or even naivete, my fear is that given the enormity of the decision, she will be reluctant to confront the dire reality. We have to make the decision for her, here and now.
Yeah, do you have any evidence for all this? Just telling us about... Besides, wasn't it you who tried to seize the nose...
I knew you'd be clever enough to see. Since I was defeated in battle, I must put to rest my thoughts about the Gnosis. But even so, my desire to save... And now, I have found a new way...
Someone's here.
Huh? The captain disappeared!
Something is rapidly approaching.
Something? Bad news, chump! It's your granny!
See, Lolly? When did you get here?
I knew something was amiss after we were separated. Hidden ceremonial. How dare you go behind our backs like this, Aurora? Oh, here we go again!
I'm not trying to avoid anything.
Oh! And now you're talking back?
I'm sorry, Granny. I feel so guilty.
You! That's it! Where are my tools? I swear...
Wait, see, Lolly! Please, calm down. We, still learned a lot of... So, maybe just save the scolding for later, okay?
Listen well, Ororon. You're only getting out of this now because of... You're right, Traveler. Let's go.
đó mọi người, tôi đi toilet cái. Giờ tôi cũng không nói nhiều, bữa nay cũng không gì, cũng bình thường thôi. Này thì Capitano muốn nói gì đó, ít nhất là có thể nghe nói chuyện được.
In all my years, I've never had a child cause me so much grief. Do you seriously not see what's at stake here? You've got a head on your Why did you help? No answer? Think you're being smart? Really? Just use your brain for a second. What do you... You've always been a good kid. Why would you throw that all away now?
I'm sorry that you have to hear all this. Indeed. It's like going to visit a friend at his house, only to suddenly hear your friend...
Well, that's an oddly specific...
Yes. And every time my friend scolded his Saurians, they would look...
Wait, but you're the one getting your head chewed off. Stop making this about...
Indeed. You've got a point. Then please just...
Oh? You dare gossip between yourselves instead of listening to me? You!
Sorry, Granny.
Sorry, Granny. Sorry, Granny. You know what? Fine. I'm perfectly aware that everything I say goes in one ear and out the other. You say all the right things, but then you go and completely ignore me. Well, if that's how you're going to treat me, you can stop sending Aoife over to my place to
Who's Aoife?
That's irrelevant. The point is, he hangs out with this kid, so he must be no good. You kids get... Ororon, if you're still thinking about that so-called duty, then please, just...
Seems they've started talking about some kind of trek.
That's not it, Granny. I know you tend to get down on yourself when you're upset, but I can tell I really hurt you this time.
His voice...
It sounds like he's somewhere super far away, but isn't he right here in...
I'm really sorry. It's up to all of us to do every...
Get back here this instant! Ororon! What is this?
What just happened? How was he able to...
It's a trick of his! If you grind spores into a powder and spray it in the air, he pulled it off flawlessly. He must have put a lot of time into perfecting it. Don't tell me that's... little brat. That's it. The next...
Whoa, that's a little extreme. But still, why does he feel like he needs to run from us?
I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation with them earlier. Ororon probably did everything he could to get away because he knew I'd get the truth out of... We've got quite a long walk back to the...